What is up everyone, it is me DevilNeverCry, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the character trailer for Yasuto Sado, better known as Chad. It's come to that time of the week once more where we're back at it with another BLEACH Rebirth of Souls trailer. Described as a gentle giant but looking absolutely stacked, I can't even imagine Chad losing. Or something along those lines. Unfortunately, it's been a while since Chad was actually relevant in the BLEACH universe, considering just how absurd things get by the end of it, but I digress. As mentioned in my previous video where we covered Yoruichi, it looks like Bandai Namco are continuing to work their way through the characters we've already seen in the announcement trailer, and judging by the fast clip in which they're releasing these trailers, it looks like it won't be too long before we get to see something new. Diving straight into the trailer, we see Chad wield the Brazo Derecho del Gigante, which I believe translates to right arm of the giant, pardon my rusty Spanish, which honestly should come as no surprise. This is the first power that Chad gains access to, and of course it's one that evolves over time, but it makes sense that this is what we're seeing considering the timescale that this game is supposed to cover. It technically is supposed to be the more defensive of the two arms that he wields, albeit as defensive as punching people in the mouth can be, but his signature move is Agresión, a powerful blow that can be charged up to deal a substantial amount of damage. And if what they're saying here is to be believed, nice typo by the way, it looks as though defending against this attack is not going to stop you from incurring damage, so it's definitely going to be one that you want to avoid. Also, the closer the opponent is, the more damage it's going to do, so basically you're going to want to stay as far away as possible and focus on dodging and evasive maneuvers. The main drawback of a move like this is going to be the fact that it takes a substantial amount of time to charge up, and it looks as though you're going to be left entirely defenseless whilst you're doing so. Thankfully though, it looks as though once you've got it charged up and stocked, you will be able to take evasive action and dodge should you need to, just like they showcase in the trailer, without losing your charge. Moving on to his first spiritual pressure move, we have Alerta, which increases the attack power and the charge speed of the previous move we were talking about, Agresión. Whether or not the reduction in charge time will be worth using this move for, it also seems unclear as to whether or not this has any other buffs, considering we see Chad lay a smackdown on Oryu quite handily with this aura around him. It seems as though they're implying it has some other effects too. Moving on to Chad's second spiritual pressure move, we have Counterattack, which releases an uppercut that can catch your opponent's attack and in turn increase the power of your own uppercut. This looks as though it's a bit of an offensive tool that also acts as a parry, where if you're able to time the animation of your uppercut just right, just as an enemy attacks you, you're able to negate their attack entirely whilst also increasing the damage of your own attack. Another move that likes to focus on the risk versus reward gambit, where you could potentially do more damage if you time it right, or you could incur unnecessary damage if you get things wrong completely. And to round off Chad's suite of moves nicely, we come to his Awakening, where Chad invokes the Brazo Izquierdo del Diablo, the left arm of the devil. It says that the Awakening can increase his battle capabilities, but that could literally mean anything. It could mean increase in damage, increase in speed, new moves altogether, and increase in defense, who knows. I'd like to think that he's got new attack animations altogether, otherwise the Awakening's gonna fall quite flat if he's just doing the same as he was before the Awakening, just with a slightly changed character model. And that, for the most part, wraps up Chad's trailer. But there is something else that I want to touch upon that also fellow content creator Globku actually touched upon in his video, is the fact that we've not actually seen any unedited footage of this game, like a full match for example, so we don't necessarily know the ebb and flow of the game and the combos, the movement system, how things play out, the length of these matches. So everything's a little bit up in the air, but I'm hoping that at some point, perhaps after we get through some of the upcoming character trailers, particularly those covering the characters we've seen in the announcement trailer, that they'll give us an extended look at the game itself. Also, to cover one of the questions I got from you, the viewers, in one of my previous videos, this week we're covering Vince's question. I know that there's no release date, but what do you think? When will the game release? Well, considering that they announced this game in the middle of this year, I'd like to think that they are targeting end of 2024 or sometime just before then, considering the fast pace at which we're getting all of these trailers, and when the game was announced, I can't see it being a game coming in 2025 essentially. I'm just hoping, like I know a lot of you out there are, that at some point we get a demo for it. And that wraps up everything I wanted to cover in today's video. If you enjoyed it, do be sure to leave a like, and if you're interested in Bleach, then do be sure to subscribe as there is more Bleach content on the way. All that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. As always, I'll see you all next video.